Hola mi gente, what's up people, it's your man Chris. I decided I was going to comment on this topic. I was actually going to try to make some fun of it, have some fun with it, but I kind of thought about it, it's not really all that funny. So before I get into it, let me give a special shout out to Nikki. Now let me get into this topic. This thing with this Jeffrey Meeks guy, the felon who everybody went crazy over his picture. You know, a lot of women are saying that, it's men commenting on it because we're jealous, alright? Now, check this out. If you don't want men to make comments on this, then here's what you don't do. Chris is at his computer. You're sitting at your computer. You call Chris and say, hey, Chris. I'm like, yeah, what? Come over here and look at this picture of this sexy guy. Now, immediately, I'm going to think, stop and think like, hold up. Bitch, for real? Why are you calling me over to look at a picture of a dude? When did I suddenly become the gay dude who's going to be running over looking at pictures of men and all that other stuff? When did that happen? Did that happen overnight and I didn't know about it? So I'm just like, nah, that's alright. She's like, oh, come on, you want to do it if it want me to ask me to do it if it was a girl. In my mind, I'm like, no, I wouldn't. She must be thinking about the wrong cat. But I just go ahead and go over look at the dude, right? Oh, you think he's handsome? Look at this dude, like, yeah, whatever. Oh, whatever, you just jealous. I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, fuck that dude. That dude don't mean nothing to me. As soon as I looked at the picture, first thing you see is the teardrop on his eye, and I'm just like, okay, either homeboy is a killer, or he's a wannabe killer, or whatever, whether he's a killer, wannabe killer, he's a stone criminal, so I'm just like, hey, whatever. So I'm just like, okay. A lot of chicks are saying that men are making negative comments about this stuff. So I just said, alright, let's turn it around. Let's say that was a mugshot of Rihanna. Now, Rihanna's an exotic looking chick. She's major fine. No question about it. She looks almost too good to be true. So I put a picture of up there, put mugshot. Now, let's say that was up on the internet. Would we be going as crazy over this? Would we be like, oh, they're starting up a fund to try to get her bailed out and all of that? Now, a lot of dudes will look and say, yeah, she looks nice and all of that, but alright, now I'm speaking for me. I'm trying to speak for men in general, but I have to admit, I don't think like most dudes. A lot of dudes don't think like me. But the first thing I look at that to see that I'm like, okay, this chick right here, she's a pretty girl, more than likely from the hood. I'm thinking drug dealers. I'm thinking she's been mixed up with some drug dealers. Or she mixed up some dudes into some kind of criminal activity and she got caught up in their stuff. Now the thing about it is sometimes you see chicks like that. They'll be what I call the good time girls. They'll be like, all right, they'll ride around in the cars. They'll, go to the clubs. They'll go on trips. They'll enjoy all the good times, but they're not down for the bad times. And the bad times are when they got beef and dudes are shooting at her man, or the cops are kicking in the door. See, you have some chicks who are actually real pretty like that. The cops come kicking in the door. Those chicks will start fighting with the cops and they'll start shooting at cops. There's some I've seen pretty girls who are actually into that kind of stuff. They into murder, mayhem, anything that has to do with it, they down with it. So, you have some chicks who like that, some chicks who aren't. And, I'm saying, that's the way I look at it. I think a lot of dudes look at it too. They look at this chick like, you know what, this chick belongs to the streets, meaning that she is probably street to the core. And she's already involved with some cats who are into this stuff, and she already has, like, affiliation with them and everything, so a dude will more than likely be a fool who's like, look at her and say, oh, I'm going to go out there and pay her bail, and I'm going to save her, and I'm going to buy a house and move her out to the suburbs and make her into a soccer mom. That stuff ain't going to work. That chick, if she's street to the core, where she pretty much belongs to the streets, if you take out to the suburbs, try to move into an upper middle class neighborhood where people ain't thinking like that, she's going to bring the streets to where she's at. She's going to have her girlfriends come up. One day you're going to come home from work, she and her girlfriend are going to be sitting in the kitchen living room smoking weed, talking about who got beef with who in the hood. She's going to be bringing her girlfriends up. In fact, her girlfriend's going to be pretty, and the reason why her girlfriend's going to be pretty is because they dealing with drug dealers themselves. And for girlfriends are dealing with drug dealers, guess what? Sooner or later, the girlfriend's going to bring those drug dealers into your crib. Now you're going to have the drug dealers, the girlfriends, you basically going to have the hood in your crib. And that could be a problem because those are the type of people, they're going to look at you, if you're not into the streets, if you're not streetwise yourself, if you don't have any kind of, if you're not like that, they might look at you as a Vic, they might look at you as a sucker, they might decide, you know what, we're going to run this dude over, take his shit, In fact, you never know. You might, she might like look at you. They might be looking at you like, you know what? Let's see how we can get what this dude got. Next thing you might have some goons trying to kill you, so she can go get the insurance money or get an inheritance from you. You never know. So if any dude looks this, he thinking about it, saying, yo, he might go out, decide, yo, I want to go save this girl. She's so pretty and she looks sweet, but just because she looks sweet don't mean she is sweet. Because like I said, this chick will bring the hood to her, and first she'll be going back out to the hood. And dude might figure, you know what, I got a little bit of money. She's just trying to look for a dude with 6 figures. I got 6 figures. So as long as I give her the 6 figures, she's going to be, loyal to me and love. But no, they don't realize that hood stuff is a lifestyle. You might have 6 figures. You might be able to roll up in a Lexus. But if you roll up through the hood of a Lexus and you ain't got no street cred, people may look at you like, who are you? They don't know who you are. Or you think just because you got some money, people are going to start kissing your butt and stuff. No, people might start saying, like, they might kiss your butt on the low, trying to really take what you got. Now, if you got the street cred, people might, they don't realize that street stuff is a lifestyle. Some chicks like being down with, I guess what you would call the juice crew. Like, yeah, people see her roll up, and even if they don't see her man, they know who her man is, they know what his rep is, they know they mess with her, they ain't going to get shot and all. I've seen dudes shoot each other, drug dealers shoot each other over good-looking chicks like that. And it happens. Chicks want to be part of the juice crew, they want to be part of that street life. So just because you might be making 6 figures to have a little money, don't mean that she's really just going to, bow down and do what you do. In fact, when I think about it right now, I'm thinking, what's her name? Eve just got married to some dude who's a millionaire. It's supposed to be a white guy. First when I heard it, I thought he was just some white guy who was trying to be black or trying to be cool. But, I always think of Eve as a girl. I think I don't know Eve, so when I hear Eve, I'm thinking she's just like a chick who's into the streets. But apparently Eve has never even had a child at a wedlock, which I was shocked to find out, because I'm like, the last I remember of Eve, they actually had a little sex tape. It was like even really a sex tape. It was just like a clip of her, some dude literally ramming a dildo into her, and it was like real crazy looking thing. But that's like the last I remember really hearing about her. It was like, the dude is actually like using a sex toy on in the video. It looked like he's stabbing her with it. I'm just like, that seems to me would be something most dudes would be like, alright, put that image in the head, do you really want to marry this chick? And be like, no, but apparently Eve has no kids out of wedlock, and she was attending events that this dude was attending that your normal hood chick wouldn't attend. So, so the dude, I guess, she turned him out and he married her. But the dude also, he had been married before and he had some kids by some other woman. So, but that's not here or there. In fact, I also even think about, what's his name, Steve Harvey's wife. She's supposed to be with like a couple of drug dealers, married to a couple of drug dealers. But then Steve came along. But Steve Harvey's kind of different, because he's not the type of dude that he can get involved with a woman like that, and the people she already knows and stuff like that, they ain't gonna just come in and run him over and take over what he's got and all that. He's streetwise, and he's a little bit tougher than that. They ain't just gonna come and take his over. And plus, she's running with him. She feels like she is running with the juice crew, even though he's not a drug dealer. He's making his money legally. He's still like, he has like a lot of juice, a lot of back. So he's still making 6 figures. So she still got the life she wants. He's not the type of dude that she's gonna just like, well, let me put this dude down and see him in the street, because he does have a little bit of street in him. So, but anyway, my answer to this really is that dudes, and Rihanna looks beautiful and all of that. You see that mugshot, you pretty much know that this chick is about the streets. And just like, leave her to the dude. If you ain't about a dude who's in the streets, don't go out there trying to save this chick or anything like that, because you might not be able to handle what's happening if you run out there. So that's why I say that men, we would have handled that. If it had been like a mugshot of some chick who looked like Rihanna, we would have handled that whole thing differently. We would have been like, hey, yeah, the chick looks good and all of that, but she just got to deal with what she got to deal with. And you already know those dudes, whoever she was involved with, would probably still run around her life some way, whether they be in jail or their family's in jail. Their relatives are probably still out on the street, and there's all kinds of nonsense behind that. And I think that's how most dudes look at it. But like I said, a lot of dudes don't think like I think, so. But that just shows one big difference between men and women. Women who try to save a dude from the streets, but us, we we really not even trying to, we're not really into that. Oh, we're going to save this chick from the streets. No, she's in the streets more like she wants to be there, so let the streets have her. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention is we also would have to see her. That's like a picture of her from the neck up. We want to see what she looks like from the neck down. Because every now and then you have a big girl that has a real pretty face. And if we see she looks good from the neck up, then she don't look too good from the neck down. It's just like, okay, forget it. I ain't going through all that after all that blubber. I'm just being messed up. Excuse me, Pete, that was messed up. But anyway, that's the way I look at that whole Jeffrey Meeks situation. Was that stuff got way more press, and it was just like, to me it was kind of ridiculous. But that's my views on the topic. Thanks for listening, people. Peace.